Go to Google and type Rathod's IAS. Then you can see our website, Rathod's IAS Academy. There you have to click on login or register in the blue color. So if you have not registered yet, you have to click on do not have account and fill the details. So once you have login, click on the courses. There you can see course list. And in this course list, you can see wide range of courses. Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this lecture, we are going to see current affairs of 30th May 2022. So let's get started with our discussion and let us try to see today's quote. So today's quote is given by Mahatma Gandhi. He says, "Freedom is never dear at any price. It is the breath of life. What would a man not pay for living?" So this is the quote which is mainly given by Mahatma Gandhi, and he is mainly talking about freedom. Okay, so whenever you are writing answers regarding our modern history and any essay regarding freedom, so you can use this quote. Actually, freedom of speech and expression is seen highly in news, so you can expect essay regarding this freedom. So freedom is never dear at any price. It is a breath of life. So what would a man not pay for living? So this is a quote which is mainly given by Mahatma Gandhi regarding freedom. And now let's try to see the first topic. It is regarding Brics. So actually this article which is mainly written by Chinese ambassador to India. So here whenever you are choosing article to read, so you have to see the author also. So this article is important from your international relations, which mainly comes under your GS paper too. And this topic is important from your mains point of view. So now let us try to understand what are the important things which are mainly said by this ambassador. So if you see here recently why this Brics is in news, because of Chinese president, he delivered a video address of this virtual meeting of this Brics foreign ministers. So this Brics is in news. So because of this, now this Brics is in news. So if you are talking about introduction, so author mainly says that Brics has become an important platform for win-win cooperation, that is among China, India, Russia, Brazil and South Africa. So BRICS, right? So B for Brazil, R for Russia, I for India, C for China and S for South Africa. So these are the 5 countries which are mainly part of this BRIC. And he also said that so this BRICS, which is mainly acting as a significant force for evolution of international order and even improvement of global governance and promotion of common development in these areas. So recently on May 19th, Chinese President Xi Jinping, he delivered a video address at virtual meeting of this BRICS foreign ministers. So this BRICS foreign ministers mainly issued a joint statement, and in this they mainly talked about some emerging markets and even developing countries. So if you're talking about this world today, which mainly witnessing some important challenges, like we are mainly facing instability. You can talk about Russia-Ukraine issue, you can talk about Armenia-Azerbaijan issue, and you can talk about the thing which is happening in Afghanistan, the things which are happening in Sri Lanka. So in the world now we are facing some challenges called as mainly like instability, uncertainty and as well as insecurity. So what are the challenges that we are facing in the at present world? That is instability, uncertainty and as well as insecurity. So it is of a great significance for the BRICS foreign ministers meeting to reach consensus and outcomes on multiple important issues. So here we need to come up with consensus and outcomes regarding these multiple issues, and we need to focus on global security, development of the area as well. So these are some important political preparations that are made for this 14th BRICS summit. So here BRICS foreign ministers meeting, it mainly indicated that BRICS countries, they will mainly strengthen solidarity and they are mainly coming up with cooperation to face challenges, and they want to promote peace and development and uphold fairness and justice in this region. So here for this ambassador, he also made a statement regarding this BRICS. BRICS want to strengthen into the global development, and they want to speak with a louder BRICS voice, and they want to uphold common interest of developing countries as well. So if we're talking about upholding universal security, so BRICS countries, they should be builders of universal security. Okay, For example, if you're talking about Cold War mentality after 1960, so how this global scenario which mainly had turned. So in that here, after this Cold War, so we saw there is number of issues regarding peace and as well as insecurity in the region. So now we need to focus on this insecurity, instability, and we need to face these challenges. So here in this context, Chinese president, he mainly put forth this global security index, that is GSI. So here Chinese, they came up with this global security initiative. So it is mainly focusing on peace deficit and it want to solve some global security dilemma. So here this global security initiative, which is very much important to respect and to guarantee the security of every country and to replace confrontation as well as alliance with dialogues and as well as partnership. And they are also mainly focusing on promotion of a building of balanced, effective and sustainable regional security architecture. So these are some important aims and objectives of this GSA, Global Security Initiative. It is mainly focusing on respecting and guaranteeing of security of every country. So here we need to talk about how it's going to provide security for India. And next one is it is also focusing on mainly replacing alliances, confrontation, that is mainly done through dialogue and partnership. And you are mainly promoting the building of balanced, effective and as well as sustainable regional security architecture as well. And these Brics countries, they are mainly focusing to strengthen political mutual trust and security cooperation, maintain communication coordination on major international and regional issues as well. Okay, and they are also having some major concerns like respecting of each other's sovereignty, security and development interest, and oppose some power politics, etc. And if you're talking about some issues, not only this insecurity, instability, but we are also facing some issues regarding deglobalization as well. So here we are facing a rising tide of deglobalization. That means we are mainly focusing on protectionism, especially we are mainly focusing on protecting the domestic industries. Okay, so you can talk about US protectionism policies as well. So because of this, here there is increasing of unilateral sanctions. So in yesterday's or day before yesterday's lecture, we studied that US, which is mainly imposing sanctions on Russia and as well as North Korea related companies. Right, so now we are seeing there is increasing of unilateral sanctions and we are seeing some technological barriers, and Brics countries, they are mainly focusing to enhance mutual beneficial cooperation, especially in supplying chains and as well as energy, food and financial resilience. And they are also coming up with global development initiative as well. Okay, so if you're talking about especially in this health sector, so Brics countries, they should be the pioneers of cooperation in the COVID-19 management. And India's vision of One Earth, One Health also contributes to mutual cooperation on public health. And these big countries, they should fully leverage on their respective strengths and they need to focus on development of global health governance as well. And here this article which also says that we need to use this Brics Vaccine Research and Development Center, and by using this we can go for early warning mechanism that will help for prevention of large scale infectious diseases, and that will also going to provide some high quality public goods for global health governance and cooperation as well. And this article in last paragraph, it also talks about good governance, so you can refer that. So by this we completed this article, and now let us move on to next topic. It is regarding absolution. So this article which mainly focuses on compensation that should be given for unlawful arrest. So for unlawful arrest, so compensation should be given. So this article will be important regarding your GS paper 2 under governance. So now let us try to talk about this topic. So to understand this topic, you have to know some background. So recently in cruise ship case, so famous Bollywood actor, that is Shah Rukh Khan's son, that is Aryan Khan, he was arrested, right? So what happened here, this article says that recently a probe which mainly conducted by NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau, okay, and in this probe they mainly alleged that official Samir Wankhede into purported tip of about consumption of drugs on board a cruise ship in October 2021. Okay, so in 2021, so there was one case, that is cruise ship case regarding drug trafficking and rave party, etc. So this probe, which mainly conducted by this former narcotics control bureau officer, that is Samir Wankhede. So here he was purported tip off about the consumption of drugs on this boat, a cruise ship. So in a cruise ship, one rave party is happening. So in that rave party, so there are many people, they consume this drugs, and there is a huge drug trafficking which is mainly happened. So this is about the probe. So actually, if you see the raid on this vessel, which meant resulted in seizure of narcotic substances, and they also arrested several people, including Aryan Khan, who is son of Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, so here Shah Rukh Khan's son, that is Aryan Khan, also had been arrested in this raid on this cruise vessel. So they were mainly conducting some rave party. So in this party, they mainly used some drugs. So this is the allegation. So even though nothing was seized from this Mr. Khan, so the agency made sensational claims in the court that he is also being the part of this international drug trafficking. Okay, so in this way here, Narcotic Controls Bureau, they mainly made some sensational claims that so this Khan is also being the part of international drug trafficking. And later on, a special team from Delhi, which mainly took over the case after allegation of extortion surfaced by this Mr. Wankhede, and it has now cited lapse in initial investigation. And now the special investigation team of Delhi, which mainly said that there are some lapses in this initial investigation and there is lack of prosecutable evidences. Okay, and absolved this Mr. Khan and 5 others. They were excluded from this charge sheet filed recently. So recently, charge sheet which mainly filed against this Mr. Khan and 5 others. But here, because of there is a lack in this initial investigation, and even there is no proper prosecutable evidences. So because of this, so these people, they are mainly excluded from this charge sheet which mainly filed recently. So the lapses which mainly include, there is a failure of videograph or any search of the ship, not conducting any medical examination to prove consumption of these drugs. So these are some important things which are mainly seen as the lapses in this initial investigation process. So finally, what happened? They were mainly excluded from this charge sheet. So it is good that agency made amends for their mischiefs done by the initial set of investigation. So whenever this branch, okay, whenever this special investigation team which mainly said that there are lapses in this investigation, yes, it is good that agency made amends for the mischief done by the initial set of investigators by applying some standard things, that is a proof and as well as beyond reasonable doubt. So if we are talking about this NCRB, Narcotics Control Bureau, it is an elite agency and it is mainly focusing to fight against international trafficking and narcotic and psychotropic substances. It is mainly need to fight against this international trafficking of drugs. Okay, so its primary focus which mainly ought to be on transnational smuggling, that is from one country to another country whenever the smuggling of these drugs is happening. So it is one of the primary focus that should be done by this NCB. So the job of this pursuing of drug peddlers and as well as raiding on these rave parties, they should be left to the local police. So while the strict disciplinary action is warranted if any officer is found involved in the fixing someone, it is also time that the government came out with a legal framework for compensating those who are jailed without proof. So here this article says that whenever any person who is jailed without any proof means, so they need to go for giving of compensation. And this is the thing which mainly even recommended by Law Commission of India. So Law Commission of India also has recommended enactment of the law to make some compensation in such cases an enforceable right. So even this CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code section 358, which also provides a paltry fine to be imposed on the person on whose complaint a person is arrested without sufficient grounds. So without sufficient grounds, if there is any allegation and if there is any imprisonment is happening, they need to provide some compensation. So such provision should be expanded to cover just compensation, okay, covered just compensation by the state for unnecessary arrest. So whenever there is an unnecessary arrest is happening, so here government need to provide the compensation for the people who are arrested unnecessarily without proper evidence. So this is about this topic. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding reservation term in public employment. So this topic is very important from your polity point of view. You need to know Champakam Dararajan case and as well as Indra Sahani case and recent case of Nagaraj 2006 and recent case of this Jai Shri Lakshman as well to understand this reservation on this public employment. So if you're talking about context here, so if you're talking about which are the articles talking about reservation in our Indian Constitution, so the jurisprudence of reservation which may relies on symbiotic coexistence of constitutionally guaranteed equality of opportunity in public employment under Article 16. Okay, Article 16 subclass 1 of Indian Constitution. But there are some other classes of this Article 16, that is Article 16 subclass 4, Article 16 4 subclass A, which mainly talks about reservation. So here if you are talking about the jurisprudence of reservation, which mainly relies on the symbiotic coexistence of constitutionally guaranteed equality of opportunity in public employment. So Article 16 subclass 1 which mainly talks about equality of opportunity in public employment. But there are some exceptions under this Article 16.4 and as well as Article 16.4a. So they are mainly focusing on providing some reservations for the socially and as well as educationally backward sections of society, and they are mainly saying that we need to provide reservation in promotion of scheduled caste and as well as scheduled tribes respectively. So if you are talking about reservation is not a fundamental right, so in a settled law, okay, which is mainly reiterated by the Supreme Court, said that there is no fundamental right to reservation for promotion under Article 16 subclass 4, Article 16 subclass 4a. Under these two articles which are mainly talking about reservation for this bringing upward for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, it is mainly not talking about this promotion. So reservation for promotion is not there under this Article 16 subclass 4, Article 16 4a as well. So those are the provisions which are mainly enabling for providing reservation in if the circumstances so warrant. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said in this Mukesh Kumar and another versus state of Uttarakhand and others in this 2020 case. So however, these pronouncements no way understate the constitutional directive. So in the Director Principles Article 46 of Indian Constitution, which mainly mandates that state it shall provide with a special care the education and as well as economic interest of weaker sections of society, for example scheduled caste and as well as scheduled tribes. So if you're talking about Mandal Commission report and Indra Sahani case, so reservation in this employment which was otherwise confined to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes got extended to other backward classes as well. So based on the recommendations of this Mandal committee, the second backward class commission report which mainly headed by BP Mandal. So according to this Mandal committee report, it mainly said that 27% of reservation that should be given to this OBC, that is other backward classes in central services in public sector undertakings as well. Okay, out of this 22.5% of reservation is for scheduled caste and as well as scheduled tribes. Okay, it also been implemented by this VP Singh government in 1990. Okay, and this was the thing which mainly challenged in this Indra Sahani judgment. So in this Indra Sahani case here, it is a 9-judge judgment, so which is mainly presided by Chief Justice M.H. Kania. He mainly upheld the constitutionality of this 27% of reservation, and he mainly kept a ceiling that so this reservation should not be crossed 50%. Okay, 50% of reservation that should be not crossed in that so and so state. So if you're talking about after this Indra Sahani judgment, government came up with the 77th amendment of 1995, and if through this 77th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1995, which mainly said that in this article 16.4a, which mainly inserted to provide that nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any provision for reservation in the matters of promotion to any class or classes of posts in the service under the state in favor of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. It mainly says that nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any provision for reservation matter to the promotion in any cases or classes of posts, for example scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. For the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, so this article which mainly not going to prevent this state's power to give the reservation. So this is the thing which mainly said. And if you are talking about this M. Nagaraj case of 2006, so it is a 5-judge bench of Supreme Court which mainly declared that amendment is not vocative of this basic structure of this constitution. So it mainly said that yes, if you want to provide a reservation even in promotion for this scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, so there is a need of quantifiable data. There is a need of quantifiable data that need to show backwardness of that class and inadequacy of representation of those people in that public employment. And bench also held that creamy layer among the scheduled castes and as a scheduled tribes, they need to be excluded. Okay, creamy layer, they should be excluded from the reservation. And if you're talking about next important case, that is Jarnail Singh versus Lakshmi Narayan Gupta case of 2018. So constitution bench which mainly invalidated the requirement or to collect the data which mainly shows that yes, so and so people are really backward and there is no proper representation even in this public officers as well. So if you're talking about recent 103rd Constitutional Amendment Act, which mainly says that 10% of reservation for this economically weaker sections of the society. For example, you can talk about scheduled castes as well as scheduled tribes and even some other backward classes of for this government jobs and admission into this education institutions, etc. So this is about this topic in detail. And now let us try to see next topic. Title says the Azerbaijan-Armenia conflict over Nagorno-Karabakh enclave. So actually in this Azerbaijan and Armenia, so there is some protest which is mainly happening. Sorry, not the protest, it is like a war-like situation which is mainly seen in this Nagorno-Karabakh region. So you have to know the location of this region, where it is exactly located, and you have to know what are the reasons. So what is the history regarding this region. So this article is very important from your international relations, which mainly comes in our GS paper too. And now let's try to understand. So first of all, let us try to see the context why it is in news. So recently Armenia's Prime Minister and Azerbaijan President, they announced that their respective countries, they would be settling up this border security and delimitation commissions. So because of this, that led to wide range of protest in these regions. So because of this, so this article is in news. So now let us try to see what is this region actually. So this Nagorno-Karabakh region, it is a landlocked region and it is mainly containing mountains and as well as some forested region, and it is mainly falls within the boundaries of this Azerbaijan and as well as Armenia region. Okay, Azerbaijan and Armenia region boundary, we have this Nagorno-Karabakh region. So actually this region which is mainly predominantly inhabited by this Armenian population with Azeri minority people. So it is mainly inhabited by this Armenian people, and Azerbaijan people, they are minority here. So it is located in the South Caucasus region. Okay, it is mainly located in the South Caucasus region and it is mainly made up of present day Armenia, Azerbaijan and as well as Georgia region. So if we're talking about this Nagorno-Karabakh region, so which is once a part of Armenian kingdom. Actually this part which mainly ruled by several empires over centuries. For example, Ottomans, Persians and as well as Russians. So these are the people who mainly ruled this, ruled this area over the centuries. So Armenia, Azerbaijan and Georgia, so later they became separate republics. So here Azeris, they are incorporating this Nagorno-Karabakh region into their republic. So what happened during the First World War, Ottomans, they aided by these Azeris and they attacked the South Caucasus. So especially they are mainly targeting this ethnic Armenians. So as this Ottomans retreated at the end of this World War I, so this Azerbaijan and Armenia, they descended into a full-blown war in 1920s. So after that, even in the recent 1990s onwards, we are seeing there is a wide range of conflict which is mainly seen in this region. So if you are talking about Azer-Armenian War of 1991, so here after this Bolsheviks, they took over the control of the South Caucasus and they want to expand the Soviet influence in this Azerbaijan region, Armenia region, Georgia region. Okay, so at that time Soviets, they officially placed this Nagorno-Karabakh region as an autonomous oblast, that is administrative region, that is mainly seen in this Azerbaijan territory, despite chiefly Armenian population. So in spite of this region which is mainly inhabited by this Armenian people, so here the Soviets, they mainly placed this Nagorno-Karabakh region in this Azerbaijan territory. So as Soviet power began to wane, okay, because of this Soviet power which mainly decreased in 1980, so the ethnic Armenian population of this Nagorno-Karabakh region, they mainly expressed their desire to reunite with Armenia. Okay, and what happened? So this is the thing which not accepted by this Azerbaijan. So because of this, the military clashes which mainly ensued, that mainly started. So this war which mainly killed about 30,000 people and caused numerous ethnic Azeris to flee Karabakh and Armenia. So in 1993, Armenia had to control over the most of this Nagorno-Karabakh region, and finally war ended in year 1994. And in this war, in this year, so both countries, they entered into ceasefire. So this ceasefire mainly brokered by Russia, but the borders of Armenia and Azerbaijan, they were not demarcated. So because of this, still we are now going for this peace talks. So peace talks, they were initiated by this Minsk group. So this Minsk group created by the Organization for Security Cooperation in this Europe region. So in early 1990s, it was mainly co-chaired by Russia, United States and France. So this Minsk proposal, they are not accepted by these two countries. So they continuously rejecting this proposals here, and this Minsk group declined during this 2020 war between these two countries. So if we're talking about war of 2016 and 2020, so a ceasefire which mainly signed in 1994 could not prevent multiple flare-up between this Nagorno-Karabakh rebel armed forces. So they are mainly backed by this Armenian military and as well as Azerbaijan military. So some skirmishes turned into direct clashes, and finally this conflict resulted in the several casualties over the years. And this 2016 clash, which mainly started between this Azerbaijan and this Armenia, which mainly lasted for 4 days, and later on they came up with the ceasefire. So this ceasefire signed in Moscow, that mainly put an end to the war in this region. And later on, the fresh clashes which mainly erupted in this Armenia-Azerbaijan border in September 2020, and finally that made it turn into a fierce 6-week war. So that led to the killings of about more than 2,000 people. So if we are talking about location of this Nagorno-Karabakh region, so here this is Armenia, here this is Azerbaijan, this is Armenia, this is Azerbaijan, here we have this Georgia, and here we have this Russia. So this part which is our Nagorno-Karabakh region, and this orange color which is mainly the autonomous region, and this brown color region which is already occupied by this Armenian military control. So this area which is under this Armenian's military control. And now let us try to see next topic. It is regarding Aadhaar photocopies. So this article is important from your governance point of view, which mainly comes in your GS paper too. And if you see here, so this article which mainly talked about masked Aadhaar. So masked Aadhaar means nothing but if you're seeing your bank account number in other places, if you're entering your bank account number in other places, so you will be seeing only last 4 digits, and entire thing that will be seen in the star mark. So that is nothing but masked. So here we are also having this masked Aadhaar now. So a Aadhaar number which mainly consists of 12-digit number. So we are mainly masking those first 8 digits as XXXX like this, and only the last 4 digits they will be visible. So this is about this masked Aadhaar. So now let's try to understand this topic in a very great detail. So if you see context, it mainly says that 2 days after issuing advisory, so this advisory is mainly cautioning the people against sharing a photocopy of your Aadhaar card. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said. So if you see details, it mainly says that a reading of tweets past and as well as present, this unique identification authority of India, that is UIDAI, which mainly manages Aadhaar, which mainly shows the about turn reveals confusion on this policy on photocopies of Aadhaar. So regarding this photocopies of Aadhaar, now there is some issues. So here this Bengaluru regional office of this UIDAI, which mainly published a notification, and this notification which mainly asks the people not to share the photocopies of their Aadhaar card as it could be misused. So in its withdrawal statement of Sunday, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is MITI, the parent body of this UIDAI, said authority had advised Aadhaar card holders only to exercise normal prudence in using a sharing of their Aadhaar numbers, that its Bangalore subsidiary advisory now withdrawn. Okay, so what happened? We should not share our photocopies of this Aadhaar with anyone, so because it will be leading to some misuse. So Aadhaar identity authentication ecosystem, which has provided adequate features for protecting and safeguarding the identity and provision of this Aadhaar holder. So this is about this topic. And now let's try to say yesterday's questions. So first question, it is regarding the state executive. So which of the following are the part of the state executive? Yes, governor is part, chief minister is part, council of ministers is part, advocate general is part, but not attorney general. So correct option will be 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And next question is regarding bicameral legislature. So bicameral legislature, it is the feature of federal structure. So it is nothing but we are having two houses. So the type of legislature which is mandatory, that the center, it is not mandatory for the states, but there are some states which are having this bicameral legislature. So Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. So Andhra Pradesh is having, Uttar Pradesh is having, Bihar is having, but not Madhya Pradesh. So today's questions are, the first one is regarding under the constitution, so a person shall be disqualified for being chosen as and for being a member of legislative assembly or legislative council of a state if he holds any office of profit under the union or state government. It is governor to disqualify if members had become subject to above disqualification. Consider the following statements. So you have to read the statements and you have to give me the correct option in the current comment box. And next question is regarding 10th schedule of Indian Constitution. So try to read the statements and give me the correct option in the comment box. And now I want to make a small announcement. We in Rathod Science, we came up with this entire foundational course for this 2022 and 2023 through pen drive course and through website. So these are the online courses that are very, very beneficial for the students who are beginners and even who already gave your attempt. So in this course, we are mainly providing like more than 600 hours of this video classes, and we are also providing you prelims, test series and mains answer writing practice under this course. So this course is very, very useful and the validity here is 2 years. So if you have any doubts regarding these courses, so please call me on this number 807-476-5513, and you can visit our website rathodsisacademy.com. There you can see the number of courses that we are offering. Okay, so if you have any doubts, so please you can call me on this number or you can also text me on this number. This is also the WhatsApp number. And if you want to get the PDF of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in description box. And now let us try to see today's Hindu PDF. So this is our Hindu PDF, right? So first article, that is regarding Aadhaar photocopies. I discussed about this Aadhaar photocopies. So you can get a question like, so what is this masked Aadhaar which is seen recently in news? So in this way you can get a prelims question. So please be focused on that. And next article, it is regarding diversity. Diversity strengthens us, says our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister, he mainly praises the diversity of languages and diversity of scripts which are present in our country. Okay, he mainly shared the example of Kalpana, a native of Uttar Pradesh, who learned Kannada in 3 months and scored 92 marks in the class 10th examination in Karnataka. So because of this, he mainly focused on this diversity. So our country, which is a rich treasure house of many languages, scripts and dialects. So this is a thing which mainly said by our Prime Minister. And if you move forward, so this is the event which mainly led to some grieving feeling in myself, that is regarding elephant which mainly roams with the calf carcasses in Bengal. So here what happened is this elephant's calf which mainly died, and the reasons behind the death of this calf, it is not yet known. So even though that the elephant calf which mainly died, it mainly carried this carcass of her calf about 7 kilometers by this elephant. So because of this, we can see the greatness of a mother here. Okay, So here there is a one study which mainly done regarding elephants. They mainly shows that they have some exploratory, that is sniffing and inspecting, and ephemellatic, that is supporting distressed animals behavior as well. And if there is anything which is mainly happening to their calf, means they will be becoming very violent. And there is also physical help that will be given by mothers helping dying calves. Okay, and you can also see this video in YouTube also, how this elephant which is mainly carrying her died the carcass of that calf on her trunk. And if you move forward, you can see some article, it is regarding flood situation which mainly improved in Assam. So you have to know which are the areas which are affected by this flood, like Chachar, Dima, Hasao, Morrigan and Nagaon district. So Nagaon is one of the worst hit area. And if you are from Assam, you have to know geography of this Assam. That will be important for your interview point of view. And here you can see one article, that is India Bangladesh train services resume after 2 years. So this is one of the important issue that you can see. And if you move forward, here in this editorial page, I discussed regarding this absolution. I discussed about this article regarding this Brics. There is one article regarding this great power rivalries. So this article is just mainly talking about what's happening in European Union, what is happening in this Russia-Ukraine issue. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to know, already we discussed. And if you move to next page, you can see there is one article regarding deepening strategic commitment. So this article is just mainly talking about this China. China is not only the glue that holds us a quad together, but it's also fuel to drive grouping inner consolidation. It is talking about role of China. And if you move forward in this text and context, I discussed this topic regarding this public employment. I discussed this topic regarding this Nagorno-Karabakh enclave. And there is one article that you have to refer, it is regarding 5G under the hood. So this article is mainly talking about 5G technology. So here 5G, which mainly represents the allocation of new spectrum to increase capacity, and it is one of the most important spectrum at the lower frequencies that had already been utilized. Okay, and if you're talking about this 5G, so since much of this 5G infrastructure is being built from the ground up, so there is also some chance to redesign the technology to make it more suitable for the evolving communication needs for the future. So these are some important things which are mainly said in this article. So you have to refer this topic, which will be important for your means. And if you move forward here, you can see Myanmar minister may not get this Asian meet call. So this article which mainly talking about India-Asian relations. So you have to focus on this. And next topic is regarding projects with the worth of 1.34 lakh crore to boost this northeast connectivity. So this article is important regarding this infrastructure and development related issues. So what happens with this article, which is mainly talking about NADI, that is Natural Alliance in Development and Interdependence conclave here. So you have to focus on that. And will be saying that it is mainly going for improving of some national waterways, etc. on river Ganga and as well as river Brahmaputra and river Barak. So here in this context, our finance minister, she mainly announced that India and Bangladesh, they had 50 riverine systems that could be leveraged for all types of transportations. And they are mainly said that they are also developing this national waterways 1 on this river Ganga and national waterway 2 on this Brahmaputra and national waterway 16 on this Barak as well. So this will be helpful for transportation. So these are some things which are mainly said here. And if you move forward, there is nothing much important. And here you can see FDI, foreign direct investment flow into Tamil Nadu, up by 30.1% in this year. So here you need to know about, if you are from Tamil Nadu region, you have to know about what are the important reasons for increasing of FDI. So how your economy, how your state economy, which is mainly depend upon this FDI, you have to know these things. And if you move forward, you can see monsoon sets in over Kerala. Okay, so we are mainly having good rainfall in this monsoon. So this is the thing which mainly predicted by IMD. And next one is US becomes India's biggest trading partner at $119 billion. So this article is important from your international relations point of view. So US, which mainly surpassed China to become India's top trading partner in 2021 to 2022. So here USA, which mainly breaches this to China. So this is one important thing. Okay, and if you move forward, you can see this is a money wise, that is nothing much important. And in this world page also there is nothing much important article that is relevant from our UPSC point of view. So these are some important articles that appear in this today's Hindu newspaper. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. So please subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy and don't forget to like, share and comment my videos. And don't forget to enroll these courses, and please visit our website Rathod's IAS Academy, and there you can register with your email ID and you can watch some demo videos. So after watching these demo videos only you can go for purchasing of this course. And if you have any doubt, so please contact me on this number which is given in description box. So by this I am concluding. Thank you so much. Go to Google and type Rathod's IAS. Then you can see our website Rathod's IAS Academy. There you have to click on login or register in the blue color. So if you have not registered yet, you have to click on do not have account and fill the details. You have to give your name, email ID, your mobile number and password, and finally you can click on this register button. And once your details are filled, then registration will be successful, and click on OK. And come back and click again on login and register, and you have to log in now. So once you have login, click on the courses. There you can see course list, and in this course list you can see wide range of courses. So you can see Indian Society, CSAT, Ethics, International Relations, Essay, and if you buy all the courses, then we will be giving access to all these courses like History, Economy, Geography. And this is our mains answer writing course. There you can see different batches are there, and this is our prelims test series. If you want to watch demo videos, you have to click on play course, and in history we will be having 5 modules. So there, if you want to see demo videos in that so and so part of history, you can click on that play course. And before payment you can see only 3 demo videos, and after payment you can see all the videos will be displayed on the screen. You will
Hello
be
students,
having
welcome to
settings
Rathod
regarding
IAS.
quality and
My name is
also
Rajesh.
speed.
I am your
You can
history
adjust
faculty.
according to
Today
your
in the part of the
requirement.
World History Lectures, the
This
most
is
important
about
topic in
history.
the world history of the UPSC CSA exam, that is the French
Next,
Revolution.
let us try to see other subject, international relations. Click on play course, and the same thing that will follows. Before payment 3 demo videos, after payment every video will be displayed on screen, and you can click on the play button, then full screen, and then settings. So this will be follows to all
Hello
the
all,
courses.
welcome to the lecture. A very important topic we are going to cover up in today's lecture, that is Indo-Pacific. Every day in newspaper we are hearing this word Indo-Pacific region and the importance.
This is regarding polity, and the faculty is Shashwat Raghav ma'am.
Hello and welcome everyone to Rathod's IAS. This is Shashwat Raghav, your polity faculty on this platform. We'll be basically covering our GS paper 2, and we very well know in GS paper 2 we have governance, constitution, polity along with social justice and IR. By me, your constitution, polity and governance subjects will be covered. In UPSC side for GS paper 2, only the subjects have been mentioned, the governance, constitution, polity, but faculties
This is about economy. So economy is taught by Sarvan sir. So these are some demo videos you can watch like this. And economy is like
Rathod's
112 hours of course.
Friends, from this class onward. Hi friends, my name is Sarvan Kumar. I am your economic faculty. Welcome to Rathod's IAS. Friends, in this class, we are going to study about the gross value added. What is the meaning of this gross value added? Now, under this, we have 3 heads: basic price, right? Factor.
And next is science and technology. You can click on the video and you can click on play button. and full screen.
Welcome to Rathod IAS. To the DNA, that kind of bank is called as DNA data bank. So you need to create a DNA data bank at a national level, okay, where the information of all the criminals, okay, all the suspects.
So these are the number of courses that you can watch the demo videos, and after once you watch the demo videos and after once you satisfied, so click on the buy now button, and after that you need to enter some details. Later on you can click on proceed, and you can give your mobile number and also email ID, and finally you can use this Razor Pay payment system for the purchasing of these courses.